So then he go. Getting tired, man. I did hold that yawn back though.
This is like the hot wings of being tired.
Instead of hot sauce, it's sleep deprivation.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah. I not dare tell the audience what time it is right now. Fucker, we're getting kicked off.
We're asking the ghost in the room here. It says blink once for yes, which we already knew he was.
Knew that was gonna fucking happen.
Alright.
Alright.
The Christmas episode.
Here we are.
Say no more, right? It's that time of year.
So soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Yeah, like in
2022 soon.
Yeah.
2023 soon.
I shudder to think.
Yeah, we're not trying to make this a bummer episode.
Yeah, bummer ass Christmas episode. That's what everyone will enjoy. Yeah, there's little fucking Joe Pesci. Like, we all have fun watching Home Alone, but
Gold Tooth.
Yeah, but in his world, he's feeling it. You know, he's ticked all Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. We hope you're not ticked all Christmas. I don't want to be ticked all Christmas.
Yeah, no, I hope everyone has a good Christmas or had a good Christmas if this is actually a Boxing Day episode.
Yeah, but also holidays in general and all that stuff, so whatever.
Yeah. So we went with a cult Christmas classic.
Oh, yeah.
Goes with the list of other cult Christmas movies like Die Hard,
Gremlins,
Batman Returns.
Batman Returns.
Probably my favorite on the list.
Yeah. Do you watch it every Christmas? Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon.
That was one that I added later.
Yeah. I know it is quite a list of movies that just happen to take place at Christmas, and people, it's that debate over the past couple of years that people have been really...
I watched Die Hard for probably 10 years straight at Christmas, around when I would wrap gifts.
Yeah.
And I would always have to watch the second one, because that's also Christmas.
Yeah.
And it takes me a long time to wrap gifts because I kind of suck at it.
Yeah.
Although I usually watch like a YouTube tutorial every year just to like be able to wrap it really good. But then it's gone right away unless I watch it again. Like if I just try and like free ball it, it's no good.
It's like tying a tie.
Yeah.
I got to go to my buddy there at Suit Cafe every time.
Yeah. I remember learning from the movie The Majestic how to tie a tie.
Oh yeah, Jim Carrey?
Yeah, I would just practice in the mirror, kind of the same thing.
That was his first serious role. I remember going to see it and being like, whoa, this is pretty heavy for a Jim Carrey film. Because that was before...
23?
23, and my favorite of his serious... dramatic roles was Eternal Sunshine. That was a trip.
Yeah.
Really cool. I saw that in theaters.
No way. I didn't see it in theaters.
Because I was just such a Jim Carrey fan that we'd always go and see anything like just expecting Jim Carrey, but it was so cool to see him make that transition.
Yeah, that's the Charlie Kaufman one.
Yeah.
And in his book, the memoir one, he's got like a bunch of crazy stories. Like these are like made up ones, but like with Charlie Kaufman.
Yeah.
And like a script on Napoleon, and then it changes to Mao.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's besides the point.
So, what do you got for us?
So we got a collection. Back
limited edition.
This collection was I picked it up on Blu-ray on like day one, because it was just at the height of, got a PlayStation 3. You know what's crazy? This is a Die Hard thing as well. In Die Hard 3, which I also try and watch if I'm watching Die Hard 1 and 2. So kind of Die Hard 3 is a little bit of a Christmas movie for me as well. I was looking at scenes in different movies because it felt like a different sort of thing, kind of like how 8K feels now when you see the UFC or something.
Yeah.
Blu-ray had that kind of effect too with old movies and stuff. You were seeing things you never saw before.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's this like subway scene in Die Hard, and you can just see this extra thing. So I was using it as my measurement.
Gauge, yeah. Yeah, I've even there's a scene in CB4.
No, yes.
That always stuck with me from when I don't know if I was just really baked or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember just this one scene specifically, and it just seemed so layered.
Yeah.
And, it seemed like every layer was moving on its own. And, and like also Seinfeld.
Mm-hmm.
These would be like my two comparisons to what you're talking about. Is that Seinfeld on my TV, everyone just comments on the TV in general, but like when you watch Seinfeld on that TV, it looks like you're standing on the set or something.
Yeah.
Like it just looks so realistic, like you're just watching them through a box. But again, getting a little off topic. The spirit of Christmas is getting to us.
Yeah.
But so the Stanley Kubrick collection, it's surprising how little I've seen on it.
Yeah.
I've actually only seen, what is it, like 20%?
Yeah, well, this collection is missing his first movie, The Killing, which I've seen most of.
All right, 10%.
And Spartacus.
Never seen Spartacus.
Barry Lyndon.
Nope. I haven't even seen Full Metal Jacket, Lolita.
Oh, just try and glaze over Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah. Yeah. Adam's a big Full Metal Jacket fan, so I was trying to get away from that one.
Yeah, well, you were saying before that you're not that interested in military movies in general. But I wouldn't say I'm crazy about them either. But Full Metal Jacket is certainly a different sort of animal mother. Inside Full Metal Jacket joke.
Oh, yeah? Jesus. All right.
Yeah, piece of crap.
Yeah. Maybe I'll read the book.
Yeah. It's probably called something else.
Yeah. As was the film that we're talking about now, I'm pretty sure. Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Takes place during Christmas, and so does this episode. So we thought we'd cross-contaminate the two.
Oh, yeah. L.A. Confidential was the other one that I was thinking of. But yeah. A lot of Christmas trees in this.
A lot of Christmas trees. Christmas lights everywhere.
Yeah.
And even like the wreaths and the ribbons, and there was no shot that didn't have some kind of ornament.
Yeah, tons of decor, real custom items.
Yeah.
We got mustaches.
Yeah.
A couple of these thingies.
Which I didn't know if they were supposed to be devil horns.
Yeah.
We were looking for satanic symbols in the background and
the
stuff like
stars, that. Yeah, and the party.
Yeah. But, it just goes to show, I'm surprised there's not more movies out there set at Christmas time, or just like, smart tactic to do would do something that's wrapped around Christmas, or at least takes place in Christmas, because you know that everyone's doing the set dressing for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to a place, even if you have to pay to get a place, like rent out a bar or something, like they would have had to do in Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah.
Unless it was a set. But you go into this place, they're already all decorated.
Yeah, but
Stanley, they would set it up themselves, but it's for independent filmmaking. I could see how that might be able to help you build that aesthetic that you're trying to build into a story.
Yeah, I think Halloween should have lights. More people should have Halloween lights.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I like to see lights for more occasions throughout the year.
Yeah,
it's always like a little bit disappointing when Christmas is over and weather's at its suckiest.
Yeah.
And you just gotta live in it. Just everything's dark and cold and garbage ass.
Especially around here where we don't really get snow. We don't really get the bad weather till after Christmas.
Yeah, I guess we should mention we're not in Hawaii.
Yeah. We got a damn fireplace keeping us warm.
Yeah, luckily.
So, you've seen Eyes Wide Shut before tonight?
Yeah, I have one other time. I think I got through it in the past.
Yeah.
But I did forget a lot about what was in it. Not some of like the main parts that took up 4 or 5 minutes. Tom Cruise and like the stuff that was in the trailers, But
it's kind of like the pivotal moments.
Yeah. Just to start off, like, you aren't the craziest about this. You aren't seeing it as...
For some reason, I thought Eyes Wide Shut won Oscars, or at least was nominated.
Yeah.
And, for some reason, I thought... I almost went in with, like, really high expectations.
Yeah.
So, as much as I did enjoy it, it's not one that, there's so many movies that I, like, have to tell every single person I run into to watch, and this probably won't be one of them.
Yeah.
But I think it definitely served its purpose as a Christmas film for us to use.
Mm-hmm.
And, it was really interesting to see Tom Cruise in a bit of a different role than he's usually.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is
this his only Christmas movie?
I have no idea. I'm sure one of the 7 Mission Impossibles take place at Christmas.
No, I would know and probably watch it.
Yeah. Nicole Kidman. So they're 9 years into their 11-year marriage at this point.
Yeah. 2 good ones left after this.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe did Stanley Kubrick cause the divorce?
Yeah. So you didn't like Tom, or weren't the craziest on Tom Cruise, but this like played right into.
I really liked the first Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I really liked Jerry Maguire's a TBS classic.
Yeah.
Minority Report is probably the only Tom Cruise movie I have actually in the collection.
Is Collateral up there?
No, but Collateral's good. So like there is movies that I don't know. I think it's just I don't really like.
But it plays right into the kind of
Scientology and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's kind of threw me off.
But he plays into that kind of. He leans into that sort of thing in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm sure. He heard cult. That's all he heard.
You
from
wouldn't
the
think he
script.
would be in it for one, because it's like
too close to home.
You would think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it takes place at Christmas. Takes place over one night, pretty much, or 2 nights, or
2 nights.
something like that. A real short period, so it's like real condensed, but
yeah, it feels. They do a good job of it, almost feeling in real time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the momentum is there, I guess you could say. I was really surprised how captivating. So it starts out.
They're getting ready for a Christmas party.
Are they getting ready? Yeah, I think they're getting ready. But at the Christmas party, he's walking around with 2 girls. Obviously, you can tell right away he's a bit of a womanizer behind the scenes of their relationship. But then she gets approached by someone to dance. And you can tell she's quite taken.
Yeah, a silver fox kind of guy, I guess.
So you can tell that they're both, at least willing to humor themselves with a little indulgence.
Yeah.
But then they go home, or is it? Does the OD happen before the monologue?
Yeah.
Because he has to go help out that...
Yeah, it's at the party.
Yeah.
He disappears with these chicks.
Yeah.
And ends up in this hotel room with Sidney Pollock.
Yeah.
Just this rich old dude. I think he's the guy who's running the party.
Yeah, it is his party.
But he's like upstairs with the... you think hooker at first.
Yeah.
This naked girl OD'd. Dr. William Bill, as he likes to be called. He comes and saves the day.
Yeah.
And starts to, if this was the Matrix, this is kind of where the pills would come into play. I don't know. I guess it doesn't really start there. So he does that. He gets the person okay, and then he leaves.
I see what you mean, though, because towards the end, this is almost that full circle moment.
Yeah.
In a sense, with everything that's to come. And of course, don't know it yet. It seems very minor. Not the OD, but the actual situation.
Yeah.
And the character you don't think is gonna be in the whole thing.
Yeah. She's speedballing, by the way.
Yeah, speedballing.
Which
these girls keep speedballing.
When you think speedballing, when rock and roll and the early 90s and
River Phoenix,
Chris Farley, I guess, and shit like that.
That's how River Phoenix.
Yeah, a bunch of dudes back in the day, just
speedballing
before fentanyl was available. One of the quickest outs used to be speedballing, I guess.
Yeah. Think the band Fastball was a...
No, I believe that's from, whatchamacallit, baseball. It's what they throw sometimes, I think.
So then he gets back to the house, and...
So, she's jealous.
Yeah.
But is she, she's just, thinking of all the times, because this guy just looks at boobs. He's like a boob doctor, maybe. Or definitely a huge part of his job.
Oh yeah, searching for breast cancer.
Yeah.
Kind of checking for lumps and stuff like that.
And she's
you're getting a little horny.
Yeah, well, she has this one experience.
Yeah.
The most captivating thing where she's talking about, this guy who she sees, and there's this chemistry and how she would have fucked him.
Yeah.
And, You know, like if it would have come to that,
Yeah.
and she would have done it, she would have thrown everything away.
Yeah.
And like, you know, this is just one time, but like the way I interpreted was him, like, you know, he's looking these girls in the eyes every time. Like, you never get that buzz.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I think a bit, and that's what I think is probably one of the main themes is, like, in relationships, guilt, how guilt works.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you feel guilty about something, you want to find guilt in your partner as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
to justify why you're guilty,
Yeah.
or why you feel that way. And yeah, you can definitely see this a number of times with Tom Cruise's character.
But I don't think, like, do you think he's ever cheated on her for all the way before? It's hard to say, right? Because he's like a real playboy kind of vibes.
Yeah. But it makes it seem like maybe what she's saying pushed him over the edge.
Yeah, that's what it does seem like. He's like got himself validated to go out and
now
bang
he's like,
one home.
I've never had this kind of experience.
Yeah.
That she fantasized about.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it didn't even really happen.
Yeah.
And then the the spiral begins. And like there's some really like off-putting scenes that are just like kind of what the hell's going on. My thing was I felt like every single character was a red flag.
Yeah.
It has that real sense of everybody's in on it.
Oh, the busboy is in on it. Oh, his wife's in on it. Oh.
Nick, the piano player.
Yeah, yeah.
He was definitely in on it, but not at the same time. It's weird. But just a little more into his character, more character building before it really starts to downward spiral is the scene where he goes to see the wife of someone that just passed away.
Yeah.
And she tries to kiss him.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
he's not.
I guess maybe
just a little too much. You can see that he's almost like, now's not the time. Or this isn't the one. Like he's looking for an experience.
Too soon.
He's looking for an experience. And he's like, well, this is not how I wanted it. I don't feel the way that she's describing at all with this one. And then Greg shows up.
Yo, from Dharma and Greg, yeah. And what'd he do?
Just kind of, I don't know, I don't even really remember what his part was in the whole matter.
He's answering phone calls and talking the business and walking in the doors here and there.
Yeah. Very small cameo.
Mm-hmm.
If you can call it that.
He's got spectacles.
Spectacles, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we meet Domino.
Domino, yeah. It's just on the street.
Yeah, it's like very random. Like they're really trying to
just catching each other's eye.
He's
out catching eyes is what he's doing.
Yeah, there's chances everywhere.
Yeah,
the opportunities are endless in here. And that's another theme is like temptations.
Yeah. They say if you don't want confrontation, don't look people in the eyes if you don't want to talk to them.
Yeah. Yeah. And this might be after, there was a group of some punk kids.
Mm-hmm. They're saying the words.
Grabbing their junks at them and stuff like that.
Yeah. 2022 would be poo-poo and all of their sort of verbiage, that's for sure.
Yeah. And then meets Domino, who is actually, I'm pretty sure, in Hocus Pocus. He's
Wisped into a beautiful little apartment.
yeah. It's even this seems like very set up. Like she was sent to get him in this apartment or something. Like you just.
I don't know, because he's kind of gone rogue.
Every situation has like a weird feeling about it. Like you can kind of feel like, oh, you shouldn't go there. You shouldn't trust this person.
But this is New York City, I think.
Yeah. 150 was the going rate in 1999.
Oh yeah.
She said she doesn't. Keep a look.
I know
the,
she's
clock.
Hollywood, but would have been worth it. I think.
Yeah.
Domino, not a bad looking gal.
Mm. She was in Hocus Pocus, actually.
Yeah.
That actress.
I just watched that, and I think you're probably right, because it did seem like pretty familiar to me.
Yeah. Gets a call from the wife. He's still not ready to make this decision. So you're right. He probably hasn't cheated on her before.
Yeah.
He's always, like I said, indulged on the thought that he could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's probably been like one of his biggest like machismo kind of ego boosters.
Yeah, because those two girls that he was with at the start seemed very willing.
Oh
overly willing.
Oh, definitely.
So, has a change of heart with Domino. I guess the gentlemanly thing to do is still pay them.
He's got Dr. Cash. So.
Yeah. So he still slips her the
$1.50.
1.5 hundo.
Yeah.
And the night continues.
The night continues, yeah, well, the night's got to keep going.
It's got to turn into the next day.
Holy moly, you got to be up for most of it to show it in a movie.
Yeah.
He goes to the nightclub. He remembers from this party he's already been at. Old Nick, his old buddy.
Yeah. He's already been established through the initial scene, the first scene.
Yeah, so he's out on his like catcher in the rye dang night here.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go see my old buddy
Nick Nightingale.
Considering the trajectory that he's on, like he really goes kind of down the wormhole here.
He's like, I'm not going home.
Like I don't know how far he was planning to go.
Yeah, I'm not going home without a story.
But he stumbled into something here.
Yeah. Peaky Nick talks about how he plays piano at this party.
No, he was playing the charming as he was. Oh yeah, this showed a little bit of him playing it.
Well, it shows him playing at the bar.
Yeah.
But then he talks about how he. I think you might even see him playing at the start, at the initial party.
Oh yeah, probably.
But so he slips him a password to a party that he says he keyboards at, but they make him stay blindfolded.
Yeah. But
sometimes that blindfold gets a little loose.
Yeah.
And I think that might be like. You think that has any symbolism behind it? Like with a relationship, you kind of have the blinders on to other connections and stuff like that. Sometimes those blinders can come a little loose. It's a reach, but you gotta kind of, with Kubrick, you gotta assume that everything has some kind of symbolism behind it.
Yeah, I did see 237 come up.
Yeah.
After I was looking for it.
Yeah.
Because we saw
265.
Yeah.
And we had to. What was the number? My guess was 238.
Yeah.
Off by one.
Yeah. So everything is in there for a purpose, for sure.
Yeah.
And weird colors like blue and red.
Yeah.
And kind of like 3D glasses kind of contrast in scenes.
Yeah. Like there was always, the characters seemed to always be in the blue.
Yeah.
Almost like they wanted to get to the red, or the red was always behind them.
They're bathed in the blue.
You know, the passion is gone.
Yeah.
The passion is behind you, the heat.
But also a ton of those Christmas lights. There was probably something with those Christmas lights too, or probably molecules exploding.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to look back and put them all together and figure out the mood behind each one. But
yeah, exactly.
I didn't really
which scene to scene.
Yeah, I didn't take a tally the first time on it.
I know. Yeah, we could have watched it twice.
But this is really like a first impression.
Yeah.
You're definitely trying to look into the colors and everything.
Yeah. And yeah, you just assume that with Stanley Kubrick, at least from Clockwork Orange and The Shining, most specifically is, from what I saw, everything has a meaning. Like nothing's an accident.
Yeah.
With that guy. Very prolific.
Like Shining, like that goes so deep.
And he actually, and
it's endless. I think the theories on it.
I guess it's an adaptation. I guess I should fact check that, but yeah, Stanley Kubrick is credited as a writer as well. So he did have some hands in he did have liberties in the story. So I'm sure he would have took some of his directing techniques and added it to the script and kind of built it up to be, cute, more Kubrick-esque.
Yeah, well, he always definitely looked for a different angle on things and wanted to make different things be relevant.
Yeah, from what I saw, like this is the third movie that I've seen by him, and I've liked them all.
Full Metal Jacket it's a powerful punch the first time you see it for sure. It is one that I always like to go back to.
Yeah, well, it might be our second Kubrick film. We might be able to. I think it would be. I don't know if we have any directors that we watched 2 movies from.
Probably not yet. No.
So he gets a password from Nick.
Yeah. Well, he seems like a little too forthcoming in retrospect.
But it's kind of funny because Nick is just the piano player. He's not like in with the crowd.
Yeah.
Which we'll get to after.
And he must trust Tom Cruise a lot. Like, this is not something that comes lightly that you want to share with everybody.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. He clearly isn't running around telling everybody this.
Yeah, so maybe there is some of that, like, haven't seen somebody in a long time, built up, make yourself feel special kind of thing.
Yeah.
Playing into it.
And I think Tom Cruise kind of talks him into letting him go. Like, he's telling him about it, and he's like, well, I got to get in on this.
Yeah.
This is the exact story I want to come home and tell my wife. Or at least have in the fucking spank bank. So then along comes, he finds the rainbow.
Yeah.
Which was already said by Domino, I think.
No, those 2 girls.
Oh, at the very start.
Yeah, he's saying, at the end of the rainbow. See what's at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
And, the rainbow is a costume shop.
Yeah. Which, very interesting character.
The guy from Snatch.
Yeah. And,
Lily.
Yeah, I kind of missed something that, at first he was asking for someone, and that person wasn't there. Said that he was gone for a year. But I guess maybe he was just bullshitting to see if he was like a cop or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Because then he lets him in. But I love, he's being very nice.
It's one of the more animated scenes.
Yeah. And then he finds his daughter banging 2 men. that are all like hiding in this room that's a mess.
Mm-hmm.
And then he starts freaking out at the guys, saying that he's going to call the cops, locking them in, screaming at the daughter. But between all this, he keeps looking back at Tom Cruise and being like very polite and being like, "Oh, just 1 second, I'm sorry, like we'll get right back to you." And then starts freaking out and like...
Yeah. There's going to be a 5-minute delay just because of, what's going on here with my underage daughter.
Yeah. Who was played by Lily
Sobieski.
Sobieski. Who,
putting up numbers on the names I've said terribly on the show.
Yeah. She was in Deep Impact.
Yeah.
Which was a really gripping film for me at that age. I saw that in theaters too when I was...
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. And Morgan Freeman, the president.
And that one?
Yeah.
That is third, fourth time playing president, and first?
First.
Yeah.
So yeah, he sends her to her room. There's these two guys locked in a room.
This whole scene is super bizarre. Like being able to get a hold of this guy at all.
Yeah, it's kind of like Tom Cruise should be thinking like, is this the kind of shit I want to be a part of? Like this scandal.
Yeah. But I guess, he must be a little bit in the know.
But
because he does give him the right get up for the event.
Yeah.
After all.
The daughter is hiding behind Tom Cruise, and I'm pretty sure whispers something in his ear.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if she's trying to get him to come upstairs with her or something like that.
Yeah. No, this guy's running in the girls around every corner.
Yeah. But, temptation doesn't take over just yet.
No.
So he gets the cloak and the mask.
Yeah. Gets his whole get up.
Gets in a taxi.
Fetches it all.
Rips some money up and gives the taxi driver half and says, "I'll give you half back."
That old trick.
So he goes in, he's fully disguised, he thinks he's Batman. He has the password, he's let in.
Yeah.
First thing you see, I think, is Nick, blindfolded, playing the piano as they're doing this.
His promise.
You can see how culty it seems. The ratio's all off.
And this music, like, I was really wondering where he got it from, because blindfolded, like, it seems like they want this specific music.
Yeah.
I feel like there'd be a deleted scene where he goes into that, but somehow hit the floor.
Yeah. Well, that might have been Kubrick's family that made the decision to make the cut.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he passed away right after they wrapped filming, I think.
No, after they had final cut almost. But it needed... I don't know this for sure. I think there's
some controversy.
I'm just throwing a shit
and I don't want to say anything because I might not know. But I'm pretty sure there's at least a controversy or a conspiracy of how much was actually done before he died.
Yeah, but we kind of get the point anyway.
So, very cultish, red cloak established, kind of sending the girls off one by one to choose someone and take them away.
I meant to bring this up, but some of these scenes, there was like constant revisiting of these, but some of these are just a couple minutes long. I used to just think like the cult scene, is really only one scene.
Yeah, no. Because that's even what I said. It's like, I think I was talking to Caitlin about it or something and was saying that. I said something about the masquerade, and like you even said that that's like a very little part of the film. Where it seems like it was, trailers and stuff like that make it seem like it was the climax. And that's where 90s trailers were amazing at totally misdirecting you.
Yeah, it's like
what a movie
freezing
could
time
be.
or something.
Yeah. And I think Stanley Kubrick probably had a field day with this scene, having all these jarring masks and people up in the rafters looking down, and just getting that.
I really like whatever stark editing. You kind of get scared of those masks, as you saw.
Yeah.
It was really the only time in the movie where you get those sort of vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's there and then busted hard. Like, they just all...
It's weird because everyone knows who it is.
Yeah.
Even the girl that comes and finds him and chooses him knows who it is.
Yeah, and I'm sitting here like, what's wrong with this guy's mask? Is it too, like, sparkly? Is it too, like, you can't have goldish things and paint? You can have paint or, like, a solid
lighting makes it
metal.
look like a blue cloak at one point.
Yeah. But then that blue comes in and hits everybody blue.
Yeah. So quite the montage of, it's pretty much a free-for-all going around.
Mm-hmm.
In every room.
Yo, a free-for-all.
Yeah. I ran upstairs and missed some missionary.
Yeah. There's a big ogre going on.
Oh, yeah. Why?
Come on, People are shrekking in missionary, shrekking in...
shrekking on the table, shrekking on the piano.
Yeah.
A lot of shrekking going on. But this masked woman, where the only thing she's wearing is a mask, I think.
Yeah.
Tries to lead him away, says that he's in danger.
Yeah.
He kind of does his best Batman impressions, like, how about you come with me? Come with me.
Yeah, I know. Like, what is he going to do? Bring her home to his wife?
Yeah, exactly. I saved this
and
woman.
Kid. And Christmas.
Yeah, like, I didn't even put it into consideration that this guy was a father at this time, too. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's out getting his Corvette. The city's too little to drive in.
Yeah. And then she gets taken away. He doesn't take that as a... he probably should have took that out when he had it. And he continues, and another
He's just
girl
wandering around.
A girl's trying to get him, but then she comes back.
Yeah,
I think this is when she says you're in danger. The first time he doesn't know why this girl, he thought he was just going to Shrek her. But she gets taken off by the guy with the scariest mask, because it's like an actual human face.
Mm-hmm. A little bit of Mike Myers, a little bit of something else I thought before.
Yeah. And then Goldmember comes and finds him and says, your taxi driver's waiting for you. He's like, okay. So he starts following and goes into like the... what would you call it? It's like
the main hall.
What did they call it in Survivor at the end? When they choose who's out?
The campfire.
No, the...
Hall of Illusion.
Anyways. So he goes and, the jig is up.
The jig's been up, but holy.
And they're saying...
he's got to face a real stare down here.
Yeah. And, they call him out for not knowing the real password, or, he got the worker password. He didn't get the Shrekin password. So he's asked to take off his mask and does it rather quickly, like not even kicking a fuss.
Yeah, jig's up big time.
Very quick zoom, jarring zoom into the woman that tried to save him up top.
Yeah,
saying that she'll take.
She'll be redeemed.
Yeah,
which is not a term that I've heard.
Yeah.
It's interesting. And I don't ever remember hearing that before.
No.
But, must have, but redeemed, yeah.
Obviously, there's like kind of a lingo.
So is this like black and white? Like at this point, because right after you find out that she's been killed.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, is there no gray area here? Like, they definitely killed her, like, or it's the speedballs?
Yeah. It said later on that,
but what's
she just
redeemed mean?
She got her brains fucked out and driven home.
Don't you think redeemed just means you're gonna kill me? Or
No,
do you think
but
she was too chill about it?
How does she say it? It's another R word. She redeem is. But basically, whatever they were gonna do to him, she said, give me the punishment. And set him free.
But didn't they say at some point that they were gonna kill him? No, maybe not.
No, I think they were just gonna do unholy things to him, sodomize him a little bit or something.
Oh well. Either way.
Yeah. So, and then a big cut too. Because he asked what's going to happen to her.
Yeah.
And
they lie as usual.
Yeah, no, just big cut too. And this is where you see that he has a daughter. And you see like the home life and...
Pretty sure you saw his kid a couple times before that.
I can't remember. But no, because he comes home. And his wife is laughing in bed.
Yeah.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
And he wakes her up. And she's talking about this dream. And it's like the most detailed dream. Like, But I would hope that someone would like leave out a couple details. Just let me sleep at night.
Yeah.
But pretty much, the exact same thing that he was just experiencing.
Yeah, which was weird. It kind of adds a different dimension into it. I don't know if that's for the benefit of it or not, but it does seem to have kind of a dream thing going on.
Yeah, bending reality. Like you said, is her dream became his reality or vice versa.
Yeah.
And, it's that really flip on the head moment for his character.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's going watching ogres and Shrekking.
Yeah.
And she's dreaming of catching bones from every direction.
Yeah. And making fun of him at the same time.
Yeah.
And
making
that was
the cuck out of this man.
Yeah, and imagine that now he has heard the laughing coming out of her while she was sleeping. And he's like, that was quite the cackle.
Yeah.
And that was cackling.
She was going full witch.
Yeah, cackling towards the cuckle.
But not the witching hour. That's in the afternoon or something.
Yeah, he's kind of... She's kind of getting more in her dreams than he's getting in reality. And you can see that it's really messing with him. Because he already had this very... negative experience with this whole sex party thing that he thought was going to be amazing.
Yeah, and ever since she tells him this story, he's having all these spontaneous, thoughts of her getting banged as well.
Yeah, I wonder how that went behind the scenes. You think Tom Cruise was on set while they were filming these sex scenes? So what happens after that?
He, just kind of backtracks through all of the places. Goes back to Domino, touches his roommate's boobs.
He feels a bit duped. Because he goes to find Nick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, nowhere to be found.
Oh, first off, takes back the
Oh,
weirdest part.
Oh, yeah.
Goes and takes the cloak back. Doesn't have the mask. Which leads to like a kind of an open ending. But then Buddy's like saying, oh, to the two guys, they're leaving and the daughter's there and everything seems all good.
I think he's running some kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not his daughter, is it?
No, I don't think it is. I think it was... it was all an act. Like, I think he was probably in on it. Everyone's in on it.
We reached a deal.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, and I think...
Did he tear up the... Did Tom Cruise end up paying, or did he let it go? Like, I don't remember if he paid, because I got distracted by...
No, he paid, because he said, next time you come here, it doesn't have to be just for a cloak.
Yeah.
So they leave on good terms, I guess.
Yeah. I guess Epstein...
Because he tries to call a moat on it, and he goes, things change.
Yeah.
And then goes looking for Nick. Can't find him. Tries to weasel his way. Leads him to a hotel where Alan Cummings is like...
gives up the business pretty fast. At first he's like, oh yeah.
Something was a little strange.
Yeah.
And it's like two thugs walking him in he's got a black eye and they're taking him out and stuff like that.
You never know if he's lying though.
It just seems like everyone is in on it.
Yeah,
it's really strange.
Your suspicion is high.
Yeah. He's going back to the place and some old man brings him out a envelope.
Oh yeah, that was
with a letter that says like stop snooping.
Yeah, pretty much.
He goes back to find Domino, and the roommate's there, who like is really coming on to him, getting super close.
Yeah,
and then lets him know that
like 50 seconds later, after he's already touching her boobs.
She spills the beans.
Yeah. Takes like another 2.5 seconds of prying and finds out that the roommate had HIV confirmed that morning.
Yeah, Domino.
Yeah. And I mean, even that's weird, right? Oh, she'll never be back. Where do you go? You don't never come home when you get AIDS? And
she assumes that they had sex, I think.
Yeah, and he doesn't deny it either.
Yeah.
He kind of plays into that they might have.
Yeah.
Which if he didn't, he probably would have had a better chance in that moment with her.
Yeah, exactly. So just another another one bites the dust for this character, Bill.
Yeah.
Still doesn't get any.
No.
And then this is when we started seeing the numbers 265, and then we counted down to 237 as he was walking and getting followed by Jeff Ross.
Yep, Jeff Ross.
And
breakthrough role.
Tries to hide behind one of those kind of like New York kiosks where you buy smokes and chips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Kind of portable little convenience store there, and sees the newspaper clipping.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Lucky
to be alive. Yeah.
Which is interesting, especially after he could have got AIDS or HIV, and takes the paper, but he sees that there's a
beauty queen
died of a drug overdose. And he kind of knows that it was this girl that tried to save him at the party.
Yeah, and this article is out pretty fast.
This is kind of film noir-y in a sense, just like how he starts doing his own detective work. He actually goes to the morgue to see the body.
Mm-hmm. He's got no problem doctoring his way in.
Yeah. he confirms the body, saying, "Yeah, those are the tits."
Yeah.
And starts obviously feeling really bad for this girl, having a bit of a connection because she tried to save him, and she's obviously dead because of sticking up for him, taking
So it would seem
his retribution. And he goes. So how does he get the call? He's called back to Sydney's.
he does get back there.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
And it's like a really old school kind of Victorian room with all like the old paintings and the classic like
dudes from the 1800s on the wall.
Bookshelves.
Yeah. Old wooden.
And then a pool table.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Blood red. Red and green Christmas.
Yeah. And you could tell by the body language. He called it out that like, this guy's holding back something, and like this is really tense.
Yeah.
He's got something to get off his chest.
Yeah, tapping. I was thinking he might have been Red Hood, but Red Hood talked British. So.
Yeah. You already know that this guy was the reason for another girl overdosing.
It's his fucking MO.
Yeah. So they start talking. He starts saying, he was at the party. He knows what happened.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise trying to play dumb. And,
yeah, he's put it all together.
Yeah.
Shakes the whole thing out.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah, they looked in your stupid coat. They saw your dumb friggin' receipt for your costume.
Yeah, you find out how stupid Tom Cruise is. Everyone else showed up in limo, so you're the only one who showed up in a taxi. And in your jacket, you had a...
with your name on it, too, the costume. Obvious. Super, didn't take a damn
Tom
Sherlock.
Cruise starts kind of prying about what happened to the girl.
Yeah.
And he starts saying, oh, it's all fake. It's all a charade.
Yeah. This is when I started thinking it was friggin' bullshit.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tried to Shutter Island this guy.
It was very Shutter Island. Yeah.
Gaslighting, I think they call it now.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted him to think it was all a dream. And he's trying to say that Nick's fine, and this girl, she just got her brains fucked out and driven home.
Yeah.
And then whatever happened in that night was on her. She was a drug addict. What can you do? And I don't think there's any real conclusion.
No.
So he ups and leaves. And then he goes home to find The Mask.
Yeah.
In bed with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, and he has one of his few on-screen cries.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he might have cried in Jerry Maguire.
Yeah, this is an ugly cry for sure.
Yeah. And it was kind of like, you don't know, did he just leave the mask? Or did the mask get brought into his house by someone else?
I know, like, he's out $35 either way. Might as well keep the mask, but
I found it was really strange is that they cut to her sleeping by the mask, where it would have been such a reveal
if he just walks in and boom.
If the audience saw that at the first time as the character. This is a case where I don't think the audience has to know more.
Yeah.
I think it kind of... I'm surprised if Stanley Kubrick made that decision.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's certainly not a dream if the mask exists. Is it like a token of some sort?
Yeah.
Touchstone?
Yeah. And he cuddles into her and says, I'm going to tell you everything. I'm going to tell you everything.
Yeah.
And then
all this nut stuff I've been getting up to here.
Yeah.
Wonder if he told her everything.
And it just cuts to her all puffy faced and smoking, and
yeah,
looks like she had cheesy fingers or something.
Yeah, got that red under the nose. A lot of Kleenexes.
Yeah, I mean, the makeup department did their thing on this scene for sure.
She's raw for sure.
Yeah. Been lots of crying.
Mm-hmm.
Our daughter still needs us to. Our daughter still needs us to take her to the mall.
Yeah, you gotta be family as normal.
Yeah. So then they go and they're at the mall, and you can tell they're trying to have a conversation, but the daughter keeps coming back, and it's like a conversation you can't really like have in a public store, let alone a children's toy store. And he's
some of the fun of it.
He's asking, "What are we gonna do?" Fuck. Yeah, how many?
It's like a punchline.
How many movies get to end on fuck?
I know, right? Fuck.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, I think he maybe just reverse engineered. He started with the word fuck, and then he said, how do I get to that?
We got a movie. What movie would this be?
Yeah. It's just the central, Yeah.
So what do you think they were trying to say? What does that say about relationships?
Yeah, I guess you gotta keep it fresh. Keep resetting it. Make sure you don't lose that spark, Fuck to turn it all around again. Yeah.
It's like,
doesn't really make it to Christmas. Must be still like the 22nd.
The kid's still doing homework or something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure.
Not on Christmas break yet.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a animalistic side to humans when it comes to like lust and stuff like that.
Yeah.
She's already she's even talking about like she feels like she cheated on him just as much. He went through all these things and didn't get any pleasure, but she's got more pleasure in her dreams, so she feels just as guilty as he does.
Yeah.
And they're like, is this gonna make us or break us?
Yeah.
And they decide that their love and their family is stronger than that, so they just continue on.
None of that is true. They just fuck.
They just fuck. Yeah. But, all in all, the biggest thing was, like, I thought Nicole Kidman was going to play a bigger role in it.
Yeah.
She was supporting, but...
he was there a couple times.
I thought she was going to be at the party with the masks. You know what I mean? Even though, like, obviously...
She made it to the other one.
You'd be able to recognize your wife's body, even if she was masked up, kind of thing. But I really thought that it was going to have something to do with even the guy at the start that she was dancing with. Like, who was the guy that was looking down at him and they gave the nod?
Maybe a guy from the
cult. It
cult.
was never explained. There was a lot of things that were open-ended and not explained. I'm sure we could have took the time and looked at some, like... I'm sure there's so many YouTube videos of this where they're dissecting more than we could, but...
Yeah, frame by frame for sure.
But fuck.
We think we picked up on a good 2.5-3%.
As we do.
Yeah.
Keeping it consistent.
Yeah, keeping it garbage.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an interesting watch. I probably would watch it again. To see... I don't know if it's, like I said, one of those films where I'm going to go tell everyone that they should see it.
No.
But
we have a few of those coming up, though, in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. So
yeah,
this was a Christmas special.
I mean, is it in your top 10 Christmas specials movies?
Top 10, like, debatable Christmas movies?
Debatable Christmas movies,
It
maybe.
could probably be in top 10. I think it is a perfect example of one of those films that is debatably a Christmas film. But
It's filled
has
with
nothing to do
Christmassy imagery, more than most Christmas films.
I think more than Batman Returns or Die Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, every scene almost reminds you, this is going to be what lobster roll is going to look like almost.
Yeah, then because it's peripheral too. Yeah. Takes place, just happens to be. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the quest for Stanley Kubrick must continue, so I'll take you up on Full Metal Jacket.
5 foot something sack of shit bags piled high.
Yeah.
It's just a paraphrase. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah. All these insiders that only you and Phyllis got, I'm pretty sure she saw Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah, well.
Awfully festive.
Mm-hmm. Uncle Fester?
Uncle Phyllis.
Everybody watch Wednesday, I guess. It's on Saturday.
I don't think I can watch Wednesday after watching X.
I didn't watch it yet. Why? What's it have to do with X?
The girlfriend.
Which one?
The camera guy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is Wednesday.
Huh. Naomi already watched it anyway.
I've already seen Wednesday in a Saturday position. I can't go back.
But it is Tim Burton, which intrigues me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty shallow, deep dive into
Eyes Wide Shut.
Damn.
I see what you did there. Did you think that she was actually going to say Eyes Wide Shut at the end?
Nah.
I'm glad they didn't.
I thought it might come up somewhere. Maybe it did and I didn't notice, but like Full Metal Jacket definitely gets said in the movie. Full Metal Jacket.
The Shining said in that movie. Isn't that what the caretaker, Scatman, keeps telling me?
Scatman Crothers, yeah. Heard someone telling a story about hanging out with Scatman. Dana Carvey said that Scatman smoked like a ton of weed.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Skibbity boobity doo bop bop.
He was the voice of someone on Looney Tunes or something as well. I forget which dude.
I know Louis Prima, the guy that did Just a Gigolo, is King Louis in Jungle Book.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But yeah, it is pretty early into Boxing Day. So that was our Christmas special. Next week you'll be back to regular scheduled broadcasting.
Yeah.
Are we giving them a hint of what you'll see next week?
No, I think we've had a long enough goodbye.
Nice. We'll see you in 2023, y'all. Merry Christmas.
Good night.